Hello guys, welcome back to my show Get Real with Jasmin. If this is your first time to my show, this is a podcast about personal growth, self-development, and just anything that's going on with my life. So as usual, let's start with a story. So I recently catch up with a very old friend of mine, and she is working for an airline company right now. So you guys know, as usual, I have so many questions. So I started to ask her, what is your day-to-day operation like, and what is work look like behind the desk? I have no idea, how airline company actually works. And the most important question is that I ask her, how do I get a free upgrade to business class? That's the only reason why I met her, actually. I really want to know. And then she told me that it's just pure luck, and so too bad. Really, I've been waiting for that moment in my life to get a free upgrade. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about today. Guys, there's actually a lot similarities between airline company and hotel job, because they're all like this booking changing fee or like cancellation fees. And you guys don't know how many idiots that have no idea about this cancellation policy. They just assume that they can call you on the same day and then to cancel the booking without any cancellation fee applied. So we got a lot of complaint about that. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I already complained about hotel jobs few episodes ago. So if you guys are interested in that, just go back to listen to that episode. I think people don't have any ideas how many cancellations or booking change requests we receive on a daily basis. Seriously, it's insane. Just on my personal experience that I got calls people calling me in the morning saying that his father-in-law just died this morning, so they have to cancel their booking, or someone talked to me saying that he just found out he got cancer, so he cannot afford the room anymore, or people lost their houses, their properties due to natural disasters. Honestly, it's insane. You guys have no idea how people's plan can just go completely wrong in the blink of an eye. Most of the time, if you have valid reasons, like the reasons that I just mentioned above, we can be very flexible. We can maybe change a booking date for you, or maybe to waive the cancellation fee for you. And I'm saying both for airline company and hotel. But there's one situation that my friend worked in the airline company encountered that I personally never encountered when I was working in a hotel. So she told me that there's one time that she received a call from this lady, and this lady told her that I just found out that I got pregnant, so I need to cancel the ticket that I bought for next year. So here's the thing, if you think about the good reasons that I mentioned earlier, these are all the things that you cannot control, right? You cannot control if natural disasters happen, if you cannot control if you get cancer, you cannot control if somebody dies. But pregnancy, this is very interesting, because it does sound like you have no control over that, but there are also some preventions you can take, right? So this is something that me and that friend we are discussing about, and I'm really interested in what you guys think. So let me know what you think down below in the comment. Do you think that pregnancy is a good reason for the airline company to waive the cancellation fee? I'm so interested in what you guys think. So this really got me thinking about that. Decisions aren't totally black and white. Where you might think you are in control, but you're actually not. And honestly, I gotta be honest with you guys that I asked ChatGPT to write the last 2 sentences for me, because when I finished writing this story, I was like, shit, this is a little bit off topic today. So I asked ChatGPT to connect it back to our topic today. But just to be clear, I write my own script, okay? Just last 2 sentences. So the topic I want to talk about today is actually how to make decisions, and why do we struggle so much when it comes to decision making. So I recently made a huge decision to move to another country again. And I'm not gonna pretend like this is the biggest decision or the hardest decision that I've ever made. But I did struggle a bit before I finally decided to go ahead with that decision. So when I look back and start thinking about what was exactly the thing that I was hesitating for a while, And then I found out that because at that time, I was thinking if this decision goes completely wrong, then it would be a completely waste of time and money. And when I was writing this script, I was like, oh, Jasmin, why would you ever think in that way? So first of all, I want you to know that human brain is wired with fear. That's why you're asking, what if everything goes wrong instead of what if everything goes right? Because if you think about it, it's 50-50 possibility. So why not think in a more optimistic way to make yourself feel more confident, to make yourself sleep better, to make yourself feel less stressful? Seriously, like, if you can start asking yourself this question, what if everything goes right? Then this episode is worth it. You don't even need to listen to what I'm going to say next. No, I'm just joking. Don't you dare leave now. But seriously, start asking yourself, what if everything goes right? And that's the thing. Most people struggle with decision making because we are scared all the time. We are scared of making the wrong decision. We are scared of the consequence of making the wrong decisions. We are scared of regrets. You know, human beings just have so many problems. And that's what I want to talk about today, that I want to break down all these fears when it comes to decision making, so you don't have to struggle anymore when you are faced with big decisions. So let's start with our fear of regrets. Very common, right? That we are scared of if we choose this one path, we're gonna end up regretting for not choosing the other one. But guys, let me tell you, regrets are inevitable. It doesn't matter which path you choose to go down. There is a good chance that you are gonna regret anyway. Because it's our human nature to want the things that we don't have. The grass is always greener on the other side of the mountain. We idealize the unknown, the unavailable, and the things that we didn't choose. We all have this experience, I bet, that when you're talking with a friend and you go like, oh, I like your work so much, I like your job so much because it's so interesting. And then your friend replies, no, actually, I like your job better because it's more stable. And I guarantee you that even if you get your friend's job and your friend get yours, nobody is going to sit down and be like, oh, I'm so satisfied with my job. No way. Because that's just human nature to overlook the value of what we have. But are you sure that you know what's going on the other side of the mountain? Why would you know? You've never been there. You only see the surface. You're just thinking about, oh, probably that job is better for me, but are you sure what's really going on with that job? You only see the fancy suit he's wearing, you only see the high salary he's earning, but you didn't see how stressful his job is, that he's struggling to sleep at night. You didn't see the long hours of his work, that he didn't have time for his friends and family, so he's always lonely. You didn't see that. Or you are seeing that, oh, how great it must be to be married. Well, you didn't see that how the couple is always fighting behind the door. You didn't see how unhappy the wife is. You didn't see how the husband never have time for the wife. Or you're fantasizing the freedom of living abroad. Well, you didn't see how people struggle to find a job because they're immigrant status. Or you didn't see that how hard it is for him to rent a place because he didn't know anybody in that country. Or you didn't know that how he cannot go to the doctor when he's sick because he doesn't have insurance. See? You have no idea what's going on the other side of the mountain. And another thing about regret is that it's not necessarily a bad thing. Think about this. When you say, oh, I wish I've done that differently, it indicates that you want something better. Like, if you don't care about your shitty relationship with your family, you're not gonna regret about being such a bad daughter, being such a bad son. If you don't care about your shitty financial situation, you're not gonna regret about settling for a job that you are overqualified for. So here you go. The feeling of regret is your chance to fix things right now. It's your opportunity to make decisions differently from now on. Do what you need to do. Call your mom, applying for another job, start eating healthy. Regret is a signal for you to take actions now. So if you are struggling to make decisions because of your fear of regrets, or you are regretting about the past decisions that you've made, save it. Because first of all, regrets are inevitable. And second of all, it's just our human nature to want the things that we don't have. And third, Regret is not desperation, it's a sign of hope. So take it as an opportunity for you to take actions right now. And another reason why you cannot make decisions is that you are convinced that if this doesn't work out, then the consequence would be devastating. You let your fear to magnify the impact of the possible mistakes. Or why would you think that if you make one wrong decision, then your life is over? You're thinking about if you choose the wrong career path, if you marry the wrong person, if you pitch the wrong project to your manager, or if you pick the wrong degree to study at uni, then what? Then what? Then your life is over? Tell me what kind of result of your potentially bad decision is not fixable? Why do you have this little confidence in yourself? Have more faith, guys. We talked about this already. You will be fine even if your decision doesn't turn out perfectly. We talked about this when I was learning driving with my dad. Life is about adjustment, not perfection. And I'm actually a huge believer of nothing is a waste of time if you actually try your best all the time, if you put in effort, if you actually did something, then nothing is a waste of time. Nothing is a waste of effort. It's not a waste of money. I guarantee you that everything is just experience, and experience is knowledge, and knowledge is valuable. Think about this. If you pick the wrong career path, so what? Did you just go to work every day, sit on the chair, stare at the screen, and do nothing? No! You probably talk to someone for other departments. You probably learn how to lead the team. You probably learn some computer software. You probably learn how to break down a business problems. These are all the skills that could be transferred to another job. Or if you marry the wrong person, you know what to look for in a partner next time. You have a better understanding of your criteria when it comes to choosing a partner. So I'm not even gonna call this a bad decision or a wrong decision because there's no such thing as a wrong decision. You can say that this outcome of the decision is not what you expected, but it's not wrong because you've learned something. And if you can have this mindset with you all the time, you'll find out that no matter how your decision turned out, you'll be fine. But on the other hand, if you don't have this mindset, if you're still constantly searching for that perfect decision, chances are you're not going to find it. And if you're lucky enough to find it this time, you better hope that it will work the next time and the next 1 millionth time. Because the moment that your decision does not turn out perfectly, you're fucked. Because you don't know how to adjust. The key is never about making the right decision, but about making your decision the right one. The truth is everything will be okay if you're okay with everything. So don't you dare to let your fear of regret or let your fear of making the wrong decision to stop you from deciding. You know, like when you're a child and you think that there is a monster in the closet. Well, fear is like that monster in the closet. When you finally open it, you'll see that the monster is not real. It's all in your head all this time. But the problem is, you never open that closet. You just sit there and let the monster grow bigger and bigger. And this is another thing about decision, because it's so difficult for you to choose. So you ended up not choosing at all. Guys, not making a decision is also a choice. And that says a lot about you. When you avoid to make a decision because you are scared, you basically choose to stuck at the exact same point in your life, even though you are not happy about your current situation. And what does that say about you? And what's interesting about decisions is that once you start taking actions or once you start doing something, you'll see that your fear starts to shrink. That the monster in the closet, it just grows smaller and smaller. And then it will disappear eventually. For example, when I decided to start this podcast, I had so much fear in me. Like, I did not know how to run social media. I did not know how to edit videos. And I'm not even a native speaker in English. Like, there's just so many things that I was scared of. So I told this to my friend, and my friend is just like, just record one episode. And my friend is right. She's always right, like maybe she should do this podcast instead of me. But yeah, she is right that once I recorded the first episode, my fear went away. Maybe not all fear, but most of my fear went away. Because I was so focusing on how do I make myself sound better? How do I make myself look better? How do I come up with more ideas? How do I learn how to editing? I do not have time to be scared. And that's the beauty about taking actions. This is the only way to shut down your fear. Think about this. When you start a job, when you've decided to go ahead with one job, you start to think about, okay, what kind of skill I could learn? How can I perform better in this job? How can I network with people in the company? See, once you start focusing on that, you don't have time for fear anymore. You really just don't. The fear just go away automatically. So I'm gonna say this again. I don't care how tough the decision may seem. Do something. Stop feeding the monster in the closet. So everything that I've talked about so far is kind of your fault. You're scared of regrets. You're scared of making the wrong decisions. You don't take actions. But what I'm going to talk about right now is not your fault. The problem is that we have too many options these days. It's a modern world problem. That this is a blessing, but it's also a curse because in some way it might feel like we have so many choices. We have the freedom to choose whatever we want. But research shows that having too many choices can lower our happiness or even leads to depression or stress. And this is called the paradox of choice. Because when you have an abundance of options, you have to put in more effort just to choose. And second of all, it often leads us to feeling unsatisfied with our own choices. I'll give you an example. So you go into an ice cream shop, right? And then they only sell chocolate flavor ice cream. So you go in there, you buy the chocolate flavor, you enjoy the chocolate ice cream, and that's it, easy. But if the ice cream shop starts to sell vanilla flavor, now if you decide to go ahead with the chocolate one, you're gonna keep eating but thinking at the same time, did I make the right decision? Maybe the vanilla flavor is better. Or maybe the chocolate one is better. Like, it doesn't matter actually which one tastes better. But the thing is, you are thinking that if you make the right or wrong decisions, that lowers your satisfaction of your own choice. And that's just two flavors. We are bombarded with choices these days. Choices aren't just abundant, they are overwhelming. See, like when you open Uber Eats at night, there are hundreds of restaurant options up there. Or if you open Netflix, there are, I don't know, hundreds or thousands or millions documentaries, movies up there. Or like if you open Tinder even, there are like, I don't know, maybe millions of guys and girls out there. Even iPhone comes in 5 colors right now. It used to be 2. So how are we supposed to choose? There's no way. I bet you all have this experience that when you go home and then you decided, oh, I want to pick some movie with my dinner tonight. And the next thing you know, dinner's finished and you still couldn't find that movie. And this will only get worse because our world is growing faster than ever. So our choice is just gonna keep on expanding. Maybe one day there will be 5 colors for AirPod. Who knows? Don't do it, Apple! Now, the paradox of choice is a huge topic. So if you are interested in this, I recommend you to watch the TED Talk given by Barry Schwartz. I hope I pronounced his name right. So he is the author of The Paradox of Choice. And I didn't read that book, but I found the TED Talk to be quite inspiring. So I highly recommend you guys to watch that video. I put a link down below. And I'm getting very tired right now. I need to pack, really. Okay, but now you know that having too many choices is the problem. The question is, how do we stop feeling like we miss out on something when we are bombarded with choices? How do we stop thinking about the vanilla flavor when we already decided to buy the chocolate one? And it's ironic that our FOMO, or our fear of missing out, leads us to constantly explore, browse, look at the options that we have, thinking that once you've seen all the options, we can finally make a decision. But it's ironic because it is this constantly looking and searching that paralyzes us from making a decision. Think about this. Have you ever scrolled through the very last page of Amazon or YouTube or Netflix? No, because it doesn't exist. Now, listen carefully. The solution to your FOMO, or the solutions to this overwhelming amounts of choices these days, is commitment. Yep, commitment. Think about this. When you are commit to a partner, like a life partner, are you still going to look for somebody else? No. Or if you do, you should leave your partner right now. But no, you don't do that. You start to focus on this person, and then you build a life with this person. And the ties between you guys grow stronger and stronger as time goes by. Because it's our human nature to crave for something deeper. You know, the 5 seconds of ecstasy that you feel when you try new things, eventually it's not going to be enough. Eventually you will start wanting for something more meaningful. Ask yourself, do you or will you enjoy just dating some hot guys or hot chicks every single week or every single month? I have friends like that. Like, on the surface, it looks like they're living a super fun, exciting life. Like, they can get girls so easily and there's no responsibility, there's no strings attached. Yeah, it looks super fun. But these people, all of them, deep down are super, super lonely. Because they don't have someone that they can call on their bad days. Because these people that they met, they don't care about their well-being. They just want to have fun. Or they don't have people that they can call when they need help. They don't even have people that they can put on emergency contact. So like, casual relationships might seem very fun in the beginning and sounds so liberating in the beginning. But at some point, it will start to feel like, okay, it's not enough. Because we want something that is deeper. And this is a problem of avoiding commitment, because deep down, we all crave for deep connections. We all crave for a sense of belonging. We want to feel belong to a place, to a community, or to a person. But these days, we overemphasize the importance of breadth, and nobody is talking about depth anymore. And that's why we are so scared of commitment. But don't let society fool you. Commitment is good. Commitment is necessary. All great revolutionary ideas or achievement come from commitment. Well, if you think about this, the phone that you're using to watch this video, to listen to this podcast right now, it's created because of commitment. Do you think when Steve Jobs is designing iPhone, he's thinking about, oh, maybe we should keep the keyboard on the phone because that's how phone looked like at that time? No, he is committed to design a phone that is easy to use. Or do you think if Elon Musk is thinking about, oh, maybe we should stick to hybrid cars when he is designing Tesla? No, he is committed to build electric vehicles. Seriously, everything great comes from commitment. The gym that you went to this morning comes from someone who is committed to build a workout space that is comfortable, that is safe. The electric systems, the Nikes that you wear, the protein powder that you drink after workout, everything, none of these would exist if it's not because of somebody's commitment. They all came from someone who is so focusing on doing the things that they think that is right. So don't be afraid to commit. Commit to a relationship, commit to a job, commit to a career, commit to a passion. Because that's how you find people that you share the same interests with. That's how you find people who understand your struggle. That's how you find people who you truly connect with. So if you want to commit to helping others, good. Just go do some volunteering work. Or if you want to commit to a healthier lifestyle, great. Join a gym. You know, that's how you find your community. And that's why you actually find joy. Because what do you think you can achieve if you never plan on committing to something? And the very last thing that I want to talk about why we struggle so much when it comes to decision making is that we are so influenced by what other people expect from us, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's a society, that we lose touch with our own voices. And then we start making decisions based on what other people expect from us or other people's opinions or their approvals. The more people that I talk to, the more I found out that people most of the time already know what they want, already know what they need to do. You know if you want to break up with your boyfriend. You know if you want to pick this job or that job. You know if you should send the first message to apologize to your friends. You already know. But yet, you are still struggling. You're still hesitating. You're still asking your friend's opinion. Why? When I was deciding that whether I should move to this new country or not, I called my friends. And deep down, I already know it doesn't matter what my friend says. I'm gonna go anyway. But I still call my friend. Why? Because you're seeking for validations. You don't trust your voice. You don't trust your opinion enough. Because you are scared. And we are surrounded by so much noises these days. Like, your mom is telling you that maybe you shouldn't go to this country because it's dangerous. Your teacher is telling you that you shouldn't pick this subject because it's not useful. Your manager is telling you that it's probably not the right time to quit your job right now. And the society is telling you that, oh, it's not good for women to get divorced. See, there's so many noises, but who cares? These people are not you. They never lived your life. They don't know what's going on in your head. They don't know what you want for life. So the very last message I want to share is that trust yourself. Trust your own judgment. Trust your own opinion. Nobody can make that decision for you. Not your mom, not your best friend, not even the greatest expert in this field. Because they are not you. It's just that simple. If you can really sit down quietly with yourself and let go of all the external noises, all the external expectations, you'll see that the answer that you're looking for all this time, you already had it. So the real question is, are you willing to make that decisions despite of your fear of failure, despite of your fear of how other people perceive you, despite of your fear of regret? And thank you guys so much for listening to my podcast today. Remember, life is a matter of choice. And in a world overflowing with options and choices, yes, it could feel overwhelming sometimes when we are making decisions. But remember that every decision, big or small, is a step toward personal growth and is a step toward what kind of person that you want to become. So trust yourself and trust your intuition because you know better than anybody. And the truth is that decisions is not destination. If you can learn to adapt to any situations, then no consequences will be too scary for you to handle. And guys, thank you so much for listening to my podcast today. As usual, leave a 5-star review, share with your friends and families, and if you have any recommendations and any suggestions, feel free to let me know. And I hope that I can see you guys very, very soon. I'm going to pack right now, so this will be the very last time you guys see this astronaut and this background now. But yeah, I hope to see you guys next week, okay? Bye now!